morning, everyone. Suburban Sentinel here with part 2 in our series about change. And I'm trying to keep these clips as short as possible because uploading onto YouTube is a big issue here. The internet access is somewhat sketchy. Anyway, in part 1, we talked about the fundamentals of change in certain circumstances, and I will leave the link to that video in the description box below. And this morning I want to delve a little bit further into it. My wife and I have a new motto for our lives, and this is kind of where prepping comes into it. And our new motto is all sail and no anchor. We want our lives to be as flexible as possible, with as few ties to any particular place, people, or things. If you are a prepper, I'm sure you're aware of the potential risks we are facing: economic calamity or collapse, war, disease, civil unrest, and the like. Now, to a certain extent, those problems, or those types of problems, have always been with humanity. Really, the issue is, especially for us Americans, is that we were raised in an era of relative peace and stability. As our world gets smaller, America's relative insulation from these big issues is evaporating. And again, if you look throughout history, the societies that have failed have oftentimes been those that did not respond to changing circumstances. As Nancy Sinatra sang many years ago, "You keep saying when you ought to be changing." So, in my opinion, change is inevitable, and we all should be able to change with the times. How can the concept of a flexible lifestyle be put into practice at the individual level? Well, from my perspective, there are many aspects of being flexible in your life. However, in this video, we will focus on the economic aspects. It's one of the most practical and also one of the most difficult things to deal with, unless you happen to be a trust fund baby or an internet billionaire. If you are unfamiliar with financial balance sheets, these are essentially a comparison of what you own versus what you owe. And a balance sheet is made up of two components: assets, things that you own, that have a value anyway, and liabilities, or things that you owe, debts. And the difference between the two is generally what we call net worth. For a flexible lifestyle, I want all of my assets to have two characteristics. One, that they have real value, or at least relatively real value. Things that we can use, such as prepping items, and if it is an investment in a company that is not speculative, a company that has good fundamentals, a good outlook, and is well managed. In addition, if we're going to keep currency, we want it in a stable currency that is not likely to be seized in some sort of economic switcheroo like what happened in Greece, or what is likely to happen in the United States. The other characteristic is I want the asset to be easily moved. So that means absolutely no real estate. I want to be able to take my assets with me wherever we go. On the liability side, that's easy. No liabilities, no debt. When you have no debt, you have more freedom, more options. It's that simple. Income statement items. And again, if you're not familiar with the concept of an income statement, it is simply a comparison between what you earn and what you spend. For our flexible and less stressful lifestyle, my wife and I have made a pact as to our income and expenses. First of all, we are not going to be concerned too much with how we earn income. The type of job or career or whatever is not all that important to us. That which is important to us is that we spend no more than 50% of our net income. Why? We want to be able to save 40% of whatever we earn and give 10% to charity. So we'll be saving 40%, giving away 10%, leaving 50% for our daily expenses. So there we have a 50,000 foot overview of the fundamentals of our flexible lifestyle. We will get more into the economics of it and cover other aspects of having an all sail, no anchor lifestyle in future episodes. Thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions, enlightening comments, and differing opinions are always welcome. Be safe, everybody.